However, it is France and Morocco who advance to the quarter-finals of the World Cup.
If you still think France are just another World Cup favourite, you're missing what's actually happening. This isn't simply a team that's winning football matches, it's a team that's forcing every opponent to play on its terms. They've scored 14 goals, conceded just twice, reached another World Cup quarter-final, and turned one of the toughest knockout games into yet another victory. Kylian Mbappé already has 7 goals, 19 in World Cup history, and continues to rewrite knockout records. Yet somehow, he might not even be the biggest reason France look unstoppable, because this version of France isn't built around one superstar. It's built around a front four with no fixed reference point, a bench that changes games, a manager who has transformed individual brilliance into one of the most complete systems in international football, and a mentality that allows them to win beautifully when the game is open and ruthlessly when nothing comes easily. So, what exactly has Didier Deschamps built, and why are even the world's best teams struggling to find an answer? This is why France have become the most complete and perhaps the most dangerous team at the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
France aren't just winning games at this World Cup, they're bending them into whatever shape suits them. Group stage made that obvious fast. 3-1 over Senegal, a controlled 3-0 against Iraq, 4-1 to close out against Norway, 3 from 3, top of the group, 10 scored, 2 conceded. But the interesting part was how different each win looked. Senegal needed France to grow into it. Iraq was pure control, 2.67 XG, 56% possession, 0 shots on target allowed. Norway was carnage in transition, Dembélé bagging a first-half hat-trick inside 32 minutes, before Doué added a 4th in stoppage time. That's what makes them unpleasant to play, not one pattern, several. Dominate the ball, break in a flash, attack the space behind you, punish one bad adjustment instantly. Then Sweden, and the conversation shifted. 3-0 undersells it. Mbappé twice, Barcola once, Olise with 2 assists, 3.24 XG, 61% possession, 6 big chances, 12 shots on target. Sweden weren't beaten, they were pulled apart. Sit deep, Olise finds the pockets, push up, Mbappé and Dembélé eat the space behind, open it up, and it's basically unfair. Every turnover turns into a sprint against people you really don't want racing you. 13 goals in 4 games, 2 conceded. Then Paraguay handed them a completely different exam. No 3-0 this time. Hot, ugly, physical. Paraguay arrived fresh off stunning Germany on penalties and knew exactly what France wanted. Dropped into a deep 5-1-1, choked the middle, slowed everything down. 76% possession for France, and Paraguay still held them to 1.36 XG in the Philadelphia heat. And that 1-0 might have made France scarier, not less. Champions don't always prove it by scoring 4, sometimes it's staying calm when the game turns into a slog. France kept pushing, kept Paraguay pinned, and when Doué won a penalty on VAR review, Mbappé sent Gil the wrong way in the 69th. 1 goal, enough to reach the quarters against Morocco. That's the real warning. This team can blow you away in the open, and it can also grind out the ugly, tense knockout game. Domination, patience, transition threat, defensive control, and now winning when nothing's flowing. At the centre of it all, Mbappé. 7 goals already, 19 for his career, 11 in knockout football alone, record-extending stuff. First player ever to score in the round of 16 at 3 straight World Cups. But reducing his tournament to goals misses it. He's not standing still waiting for service, starts wide, drifts inside, drops between the lines, spins in behind before anyone can react. Defenders aren't marking a player, they're solving a moving target. Against Sweden, he punished space in behind. Against Paraguay, given nothing, he still had the nerve to decide it from the spot. Credit to Deschamps here too. Mbappé's still the face of the team, but nothing collapses when he moves. He drifts left, runners still attack the box, he comes central, the wide lanes stay live, he drops short, someone else runs beyond. which is why stopping Mbappé doesn't stop France. It just starts the problem.
The scary thing about France isn't that they have great attackers, plenty of nations do. It's that every dangerous player in this front line makes the others harder to stop. Mbappé brings explosive finishing, Dembélé brings two-footed unpredictability, Olise brings the final pass, Barcola brings vertical running, Doué resets the rhythm off the bench. Not a collection of names, a system, where every movement creates a problem somewhere else. Sweden proved it, 3-0, Mbappé twice, Barcola once, Olise assisting 2 of the 3. One player draws pressure, another attacks the gap, the ball arrives before the defence resets. Olise might be the most important detail in the whole team. Mbappe's the star, Olise's the wiring. 5 assists by that game, 1 shy of Pelé's single tournament World Cup record. Not just the pass, but how he receives it, drifting into pockets, forcing someone to step out, and France are already running into the gap left behind. Which is why you can't just double Mbappé. Send 2 at him, Olise gets room. Close Olise, Dembélé isolates his fullback. Overprotect the right, Barcola eats the other channel. Stretch the game, one Mbappé run behind the backline turns tidy into a crisis. Dembélé gives defenders no comfort, two-footed, no fixed side. Barcola adds the vertical stretch and stops it collapsing narrow around the other 2. Then Doué against Paraguay, a deep physical 5-4-1 that turned into one of France's most frustrating nights of the tournament. He came on, won the penalty on VAR, Mbappé converted into the quarters. That's the difference between depth and actual depth. Tactically, there's no fixed target man anymore, no Trezeguet, no Giroud. Mbappé drifts left, Olise tucks in, Dembélé rotates, Barcola holds width, Doué attacks late. Defenders don't know who to follow, not disorder, it just looks that way to whoever's defending it. Deschamps deserves credit here too. Freedom up front, structure held tight enough behind it to survive the risk. This group looks connected, not divided. Mbappé sprinting to embrace him after Sweden, fresh off his mother's funeral, says plenty. A long way from 2010's open rebellion. Might be his most complete France team yet, not the most decorated, but the one with the most ways to win. Even elite attacks need balance though, and Paraguay showed why France's mentality might be just as dangerous as their talent.
Paraguay may have lost, but they exposed something real. This France team can be slowed down, dragged into a fight, and still find a way through. That's what made the 1-0 in Philadelphia so revealing. Paraguay sat in a 5-4-1, protected the middle, and denied France the clean combinations they'd enjoyed all tournament. First half, France dominated the ball without creating the usual open chances. Not luck from Paraguay, organisation. Gil did his part in goal too, including a full stretch save off Kone's long-range effort once France started leaning on the second half. The longer it stayed 0-0, the more it looked like the kind of knockout game one mistake decides. But this is where the elite separate themselves. France didn't panic or abandon the plan, just kept Paraguay pinned until the block cracked. Doué won the penalty on VAR, and Mbappé sent Gil the wrong way in the 69th. Not a beautiful goal, in tournament football just as valuable as one. And Paraguay weren't some pushover either. This was the side that had just knocked out Germany on penalties. France didn't blow them away, they solved them. Different thing entirely, and arguably more impressive. Which is why I think this game made France look more complete, not less. Open game, they run through you. Sit deep, they'll keep the ball till you crack. Tense knockout, they've got the patience. Need fresh legs, there's Doué. Need one moment of quality, there's Mbappé. That's not just attacking strength, that's tournament strength. Now Morocco are next, and the real question isn't just, can anyone stop Mbappé? Too simple. Argentina have Messi's control, Brazil have flair, Spain can suffocate you with structure, England have depth on paper. Morocco bring defensive discipline, transition pace, Bruno, Hakimi, Brahim Diaz, Unahi, and the confidence of dismantling Canada 3-0 to get here. But France look like the most complete side right now, because they've got nearly every tournament ingredient at once. Goals, depth, experience, flexibility, a midfield that covers ground through Kone and Zaire Emery, pressing when needed, and enough structure behind it all to survive the ugly nights too. None of that makes them unbeatable. No team is in a knockout tournament. One red card, one injury, one shootout, and it all changes. But right now, France are forcing every opponent into a compromise they can't win. So here's the real question heading into Morocco. Can they become the first team to actually expose a crack in this side? Or does France just look like the most complete team at this World Cup?